Plus, harassment accusation. A London man accused of intimidating a Windsor family with a shocking social media display.
This is CTV News.
A London man is accused of intimidating a Windsor couple after an online dispute over a Wortley Pride event. It's being perceived as a case of online harassment, but as Merrick Sutherland reports, the man accused says his gesture was taken out of context.
Bubba Pollock has been involved in and organized many protests of drag storytime events. Britt LaRue of Windsor took issue with his public statements regarding last weekend's Pride event in Wortley Village.
I boldly called him out for his behavior and how he was acting and his false statements that he made. And his only response to me was the picture in my father's room and the flowers that he left with a note.
What LaRue is referring to is as a response in her original post, no caption, no explanation, just a photo of Pollock standing in her dying father's hospital room. Initially, she didn't believe it was real.
I thought it was photoshopped. For a good 12 minutes, I thought it was a fake picture. I had sent it to some friends and they were like, that looks really photoshopped. That doesn't look right. And then I realized that there were some things in my dad's room that had changed around that I knew were getting changed that day.
For LaRue, who very publicly was married at the Hotel Dieu site just 3 weeks ago, so her father could be a part of the celebration, didn't think the posts and CTV News story that aired about the nuptials would lead to this kind of harassment. Pollock, however, says this act was completely misunderstood.
Zero threat whatsoever. A year ago, my mother underwent a lot of very similar things. I lost my mother a year ago to cancer. I very much understand. This was nothing malicious whatsoever in how it's being twisted. Not at all. I understand what it's like to be in this situation. I brought flowers to this gentleman, dropped them off, and left.
LaRue says hospital staff confirmed by security footage Pollock was in the hospital for 8 minutes. Pollock says he had the best intentions with his visit, but he left because the man was sleeping.
I wanted to bring him flowers and talk to him about my mom, about a charity I've set up, and just talk in general. Maybe lift his spirits up. If he's laying down in a bed all day and he's bedridden, he's probably not having a good day. I think having a visitor come by, bring him a gift, and say, hey, let's talk.
In messages that followed the discovery of the visit, LaRue says this one was chilling. Pollock allegedly writing, he hopes he names his family in the obit so I can ensure I don't miss any for flowers. He then made disparaging remarks about her appearance and financial status before stating, I'll see you next week.
I will not remember him. I do not know him, and I will not know him. No. He is nothing to us. He scared me for 30 minutes. I'm not afraid anymore.
Crystal Fosh from Diversity Ed in Sarnia, who shared the post by Pollock, says this was sinister.
In my opinion, this is an intimidation tactic that says, I can find you. Any one of you that stands up against me, I will find the people close to you. Right? And so that's terrifying.
Windsor police say they are looking into the situation, while officials at the hospital told LaRue they will be trying to determine how Pollock was able to get access to her father's room. Merrick Sutherland, CTV News.
This is CTV News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with an update to a story we brought you yesterday. Windsor police have charged a man from London with criminal harassment, saying he snuck into a dying patient's hospital room. Travis Fortnum reports.
We just got a public news update right now. Someone is asking what the police said. I was going to ask you this. I just want to read this because it is in context. Windsor Police Service has charged 34-year-old man in connection to a criminal harassment investigation. And he has been charged. Oh my God. So this is breaking news right now.
Britt LaRue finds out live on AM 800 that the man who allegedly entered her father's palliative care room without permission has been charged by Windsor police. 34-year-old Bubba Christopher Michael Pollock charged with criminal harassment. Police say the London man traveled to Windsor in an alleged act of intimidation. Speaking to CTV News, Pollock has denied any ill will.
Zero threat whatsoever.
But Windsor police say he crossed a line.
In this situation where you've now made the effort to go and visit a family member who is unknown to them, that does creep upon the line of criminal harassment.
LaRue says her father, who's dying of pancreatic cancer, is blissfully unaware of the incident. No one was harmed and nothing has been proven in court. Hotel de Grace Healthcare saying they cannot comment on this specific police matter. President and CEO Bill Mara says they've made significant investments in security in recent years, but visitation restrictions are up to patients and families.
By and large, there are no issues. There was a circumstance recently where there was some concerns about a visitor. We immediately responded to the family, and as everyone knows, there's a pending investigation that's happening right now with law enforcement. That's in direct relation to our being able to respond, provide surveillance video, and provide eyewitness details as to the circumstances related to that one incident.
Pollock is expected to appear in a Windsor court at a later date. Travis Fortnam, CTV News.